What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Quentin, and today we're going to be diving into a long exposure shot that can help you increase your wedding portfolio. This style can add a dreamy romantic touch to increase your wedding portfolio and bring it to the next level for your clients. So what is a blurred long exposure? A long exposure is when you slow a shutter speed on your camera to capture motion over time. In wedding photography, it can create stunning effects like the smooth light trails from sparklers, the swirl of a couple's first dance, or even the bridal party moving backwards and forwards. In this case, this is exactly what we're going to be doing. Before we dive into create this effect, let's talk about some of the tools that you need. First, you will need a camera that's going to have manual settings. It can be Sony, Nikon, Canon, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it can shoot in manual, that's what you want. If you don't have a steady hand, I recommend using a tripod. An ND filter is pretty necessary if you're going to be using it in harsh light. If you're going to be shooting at golden or blue hour, it's not needed, but it's always good to have an ND filter no matter what's kind in your pocket. And then a timer. Timer's built into the camera as well, but it's always good to even have a remote shutter or a timer that's going to be associated to it. Once you got all that, let's set up the shot. Alright guys, so before we get started into the whole entire process, let's talk about something really cool. We're doing our first ever giveaway. We just hit 3,500 subscribers on this channel, so what better time to do it than now? So it's not a huge giveaway, but it's still a giveaway regardless, because I appreciate every single one of you, and the rules are only found in this video. So if you got to this point already, you're ahead of the game. All you gotta do is like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and then comment below, okay? You can make your comment anything you really want it to be. Just comment below and push the algorithm. That's all you gotta do. After that, you'll be entering in to win. The drawing will be on Christmas Eve, December 24th at 6 p.m. and I'm actually going to pin it into the comments of who won, and then I'll contact you from there. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, you can actually be included into the community where we do updates all the time with whether it is models or whether it is locations that we shoot at. You can join it. So that's pretty much it. Giveaway. We're going to do a $50 Amazon gift card and a $25 Starbucks gift card. So enter in to win right now. You could be the lucky winner. All right, let's get back to the video. This is the exact settings how you can configure your camera into getting this blurred motion effect. First one, let's talk about shutter speed. You want to start with 1/10 of a second or slower, depending on how much motion you want to capture. Ideally, what I do is I pose the couple right in the middle, and then I have the bridal party moving backwards and forwards. Since usually the bridal parties is not very many, it actually works as a really great point of like a focal point for them. And then when they're coming in and out of the frame, I usually do 1/10 to even maybe 12th or 15th of a second, and that's it. So just enough to get that little bit blurred is all you need. We're going to be talking about the next one, which is aperture. Aperture is using the f-stop. Most cameras, most lenses, depending on how good the lens is, you can actually go to a lower f-stop to a higher f-stop. For instance, I shoot on an 85 1.4. The f-stop on that, the lowest it goes to is 1.4. I usually also shoot with a 50 1.8. The lowest it goes to is 1.8. Now, the difference between this is you actually want to increase that f-stop all the way up. So what you want to do is you want to keep that f-stop to about f8 to f11. What that is going to do is whatever is in focus is going to be a lot more sharper in the end. The third and final setting on this is obviously going to be the ISO. So you got the shutter speed, the aperture, and the ISO. The ISO is pretty much how much light is going to be coming in during that shutter speed and enhancing your photo. Now, if you know the shutter speed is going to be open, so if this is my hand, this is the shutter right here. If that's going to be open for 1/10 of a second, or let's just say 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All that light in 5 seconds is rushing in instead of going 1/10 of a second, which is going to be a lot quicker, right? So if you have blurred motion, okay, and it's going to take a longer time for it to actually capture that, you want to open that shutter speed. Now you want to decrease the ISO because you don't want that light to be coming in to make it super grainy. So what I do is about ISO 100 to 200 is the sweet spot for me. I usually shoot these at golden hour, so it makes plenty of sense. But whatever your environment you're in, you have to play with the settings. So once we have that, let's capture the magic. You can do this during the first dance, the sparkler exit, or you can do it during a bridal shot as well. Let's talk about the bridal shots because that's the ones that I have the more experience with, and I think you guys will enjoy it a lot better too. So I have the couple facing each other, the bride and grooms facing each other. They are completely still. I then set up the bridal party in 2 lines, one behind them and one in front of them, and I have the back end and the front end to move at the same time. What you're going to do is you want those to be going backwards and forwards like this. Once they're out of frame, they just turn around and just keep on doing it. All the while, the couple is together right there facing each other while this is going backwards and forwards. The ones in the middle, I have them go about 2 to 3 steps afterwards. That way, whenever they do cross, you have this different photo every single time that's blurred. Now, if you get the sweet spot, you're gonna have results that looks just like this. Now, to make the most out of this technique, you got to communicate to your client. You got to communicate not only to them, but the bridal party or the people that's going to be involved in the shot. These are kind of like happy accidents. Like sometimes you're going to get it and sometimes you won't, and that's okay. But by putting this into your portfolio, you're given to be a little bit more extra dramatic shots in the gallery that they might not be expecting. And it's really cool. I literally learned how to do this about 2 months ago, and now I've been obsessed. I include it in every single wedding I shoot, along with the fact that it doesn't matter how long you have been shooting, you can still learn new things. So after you have communicated with the couple, understand that you need to experiment. Try different shutter speeds, angles, and motions to create a variety of effects. The third and final piece of this whole entire process is you need to edit thoughtfully. Using editing software like Lightroom and Photoshop, you can enhance colors, you can adjust motion, you can actually increase the clarity and refine the final image. For me, if you do that very well and you got your settings down pat, you can actually create a very amazing image right in camera. Big, huge piece of advice: if you get a great image, always show the back of the camera to the client. Not only does that give the confidence back to yourself when you hear their explanation, but it also gives them confidence that they chose the right photographer for the job. And there you have it. It's a simple way to add a dreamy, blurred, long exposure effects to your wedding galleries. Whether it's light trails, swirling dances, flowing fabrics, or even the bridal party, these shots will wow your client and give your gallery a unique and artistic edge. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell for more tips on elevating the photography game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next.